The little boy was about to steal a loaf of bread. Just then, a man appeared in time to stop him. Looking at the boy's shabby, pitiful appearance, Pete's heart softened. He pulled out money, bought the bread, and handed it to the boy. Clearly starving, the boy devoured the bread hungrily. Afterward, Pete took him to the river to wash up. When Pete saw the bruises on the boy's back, a wave of compassion washed over him. He decided to take the boy in temporarily. That night, he let the boy sleep in the car. But the next morning, the boy had secretly run away. Pete's money was gone, too. Pete was heartbroken, feeling that his good intentions had been betrayed. Suddenly, he had a heart attack. His dog, Buddy, immediately nudged him, reminding him it was time for his medication. Seeing the worry on Buddy's face, Pete forced a smile. In this world, even a dog understands gratitude more than people do, he thought. Pete then continued on his journey with Buddy by his side. Now, Buddy was the only family Pete had left. Pete was a laid-off worker. Due to his age, no factory was willing to hire him. Worse still, he was diagnosed with heart disease. Without the money for surgery, he had to rely on medication to manage his condition. When his wife found out, she didn't hesitate to ask for a divorce and took their daughter with her. Since then, Pete had lived alone, with only Buddy for company. One day, Pete won first prize in a store's raffle, a family spa trip. But this prize was useless to Pete now. Looking at Buddy beside him, he made a quiet decision. He would take Buddy with him and complete his final journey in life. So, Pete packed up all the valuables from home and set off. But on the very first day, a young boy tricked him and took all of Pete's money. With no other choice, Pete went to a recycling station, hoping to exchange some items for money. But the owner refused to take the worthless things Pete had brought. Disappointed, Pete returned to the car, only to find Buddy staring at him with a pained expression. Alarmed, Pete rushed Buddy to the hospital. After treatment, Buddy was no longer in danger. Pete's anxious heart began to calm, but the doctor handed him a huge bill. In desperation, Pete turned to the recycling station owner again, pleading for help. The owner, moved by Pete's despair, finally agreed to take his items. After paying for Buddy's treatment, the remaining money was just enough to cover their living expenses. After bidding the owner goodbye, Pete and Buddy continued their journey. Winter soon arrived, and by then, Pete had spent all his savings. Hunger and cold only worsened his heart condition. Understanding and loyal, Buddy would go to the nearby town every day to search for food. He rummaged through the trash bins and finally found some leftover food. But instead of eating it himself, Buddy brought it back to Pete. Seeing his selfless dog, Pete felt a deep sorrow in his heart. His life was coming to an end, and he was grateful for Buddy's companionship all these years. If there were an afterlife, how he wished Buddy could be his child. With that thought, Pete gently closed his eyes.